Good morning. It's 3 a.m. and I'm sitting here in my office and trying to get this work I'm doing to at least 2,000 words so that I only have 8,000 words to finish by tomorrow evening, or rather today evening since it's 3 a.m. So by Saturday evening. And I'm just like unable. I'm unable to focus sufficiently in order to write. It's a bit annoying. It's a little bit annoying because I want to, but I can't. Sometimes your brain just says no. Right, so what have I been doing instead? I have been watching Merlin. Yep, that Merlin, the one which was like 2012. Apparently, I did not finish season 5. So now I'm catching up. Netflix is great. They just need to make Supernatural available and my life will be complete. Anyway, that's not what we're talking about today. Today, what we're talking about is the stories people tell themselves, They tell themselves these stories because they need to believe in a certain narrative in order, I don't know why they need to have some self-esteem, I suppose. Yeah. So I was just like watching as like Donald Trump completely fucked up the response to coronavirus and then tried to blame it on Obama. And I'm like, this guy is literally blowing up the ground he stands on in order to just have this idea in his head that somehow he's better than the black guy, right? And if you think about it, it's such a sad idea. And I'm that type of person who I like to get into people's heads. I like to not just know what they're thinking, but how they arrived at whatever conclusion that they're trying to convince you of. And I think that's why people say that I don't give a fuck about other people's opinions, but it's just because I like to see things in 3D. So when you tell me something, I not only want to know whether it's true or false, but what made you come to that conclusion, and what was your thought processes, and what were the experiences which you had that brought you to that place, right? Which is, I think, a little complicated. Let me give you an example. So, for example, if you tell me that I'm like a stubborn person, let's say, my first question I won't ask you, I will ask myself is, why does this person feel the need to tell me about my alleged stubbornness, whether it exists or not? What is it that they want to get back from telling me that I'm stubborn? And usually it's because maybe they want me to do something or to be something which I am not being, and so they want to shape me into being that thing by telling me that I'm stubborn. So it's not so much my stubbornness which is the problem, but it is that I am not adhering to their agenda for me, right? And then I ask myself, all right then, so if I'm stubborn, why not just drop me and go find someone else who isn't stubborn, so that whatever you are looking to get from me, you can get from them, right? Because it's better to do that than to waste your time trying to get something out of me that I'm not going to ever give you, right? So I think the answer to that is that people are too inward looking to realize that they are not going to get what they want from you if they continue to just try and chip away, or maybe in their experience, chipping away at someone works, right? So maybe they don't see me enough to see that their chipping away will never work. So once I have those facts, I'm just gonna sit back and let the person, like, if they want to continue to chip away, they can knock themselves out. I have work to do, so I'll just continue with my life and let you continue with yours, if that includes trying various ways to manipulate me. I will just let you, knock yourself out, but it's not going to work. So, to get back to not really Trump, I don't like talking about Trump because he's not a disease, he's a symptom. And he's just like a caricature. Trump is a caricature of a supremacist. And when I say supremacist, I very, very deliberately do not say white supremacist, because supremacists come in many forms. Here in Kenya, we have Kikuyu supremacists, or what is known as Udhamaki, right? And it's all about preserving the superiority, the power of your own group at the expense of other people's group, by perpetuating the narrative that you are somehow inherently better. But this narrative is actually rooted in the fear that you are not, in fact, better. In fact, you're probably worse. The worst. You are the worst. There's no probably about it. And the reason why you're the worst is because you're too busy building this pyramid scheme to really build a real personality, a real person. So you're not real. You're just a construct. You're a false construct. And that's why you're the worst. It's not because of your color or your inferiority, but because you're just not real. You do not know who you are. You are just a puppet. And the person who holds the strings is the person who benefits from your beliefs. For example, Trump is not the holder of the strings. Trump is the puppet. The person who benefits from his beliefs is Vladimir Putin, right? So Vladimir Putin takes advantage of Trump's need to believe that he is better than black people. And that's because Trump wants to be black. He wants to be black so bad. But he knows that he can't with his pasty orange, repulsive looking skin. And so he has to tell himself that he's better. And Putin sees this and says, how can I take advantage of this puppet? He has no personality There's nothing inherent to him. He is manipulable. And you can tell this because all you have to do is speak to him and he will adopt your beliefs. When Kim Kardashian went to him and said, "Hey, handsome, can you please release these people from jail?" It's like, yeah, sure. Because there's nothing, he has no beliefs of his own. He just adopts the beliefs of whoever is nearest to him. And I know this is true because I went to nursery school with a bunch of Indians who were exactly like that, right? They were racist and they were bullies. But if you get them alone, if you separate them from the crowd, if you separate one from the crowd, they are a completely different person who will adhere to whatever you want if you're nice to them. It's a sad situation, but the problem is that the people who get these people under their wings are usually the most evil that you can imagine. So Putin and his surrogates have got Trump in their back wallet. They have Boris Johnson in their back wallet. They have, what's this Syrian guy called? Front breast pocket. Benjamin Netanyahu, other pocket. That Modi guy. They're all puppets and they're all victims of their need to feel superior to someone, and Putin is there to make them feel that, right? So that's where we are in the world. And then we have, oh my God, Meghan and Harry. Meghan and Harry are just like, they're not royalty by blood. And of course, Harry is royalty by blood. But what I mean is they're royalty by inherent personhood. Their royalty comes from their sense of leadership and their charisma and their ability to attract all sorts of people to them. And I think years, centuries probably of inbreeding has produced in the royal family just a very dull and a very bland, very unseasoned and very boring group of people. And then you have this couple, this boy who is his mother personified, and he marries this woman who is just like, she knows who she is. She knows, and she's not going to let you tell her otherwise, right? And the fact that she's a woman, first of all, and she's a black woman, and she is overturning centuries of inherently held belief that we are the colonizers and we are inherently better than all these colonies, all these mangy colonials that we rule, okay? Because trust and believe that these people do not believe that their reign is at an end, okay? They still view the rest of us as mangy colonials. So she just comes in and she shows them up and she exposes their mediocrity. And it's just like too much, it's too much. We need to take back. We need to cover ourselves and preserve our beliefs and help ourselves to know that We're still the apex predators around here. So what are we going to do? We're going to try and bring her down and chip at her. But apparently, whatever thing it is that is known as stubbornness, she has it in droves. So they try to chip at her and she just goes about her business. And she's just like hose mad, And now they're like, they don't know. They don't know what to do, And it's so entertaining to watch. But it's also that same feeling of sadness, Like how small and tiny is your life that you feel the need to chip away at somebody else in order to feel better about yourself. I mean, oh my God, I feel so sorry for all of them. Really, I do. Something somewhere went wrong, right? That they were not content to work on their mediocrity and make it better. Instead, they want to pull everyone else down to their mediocre levels, right? And the rest of us, we're all about black excellence, man. We cannot be pulled down to this mediocrity. So, who's mad, man? Who's are so mad right now? But the world is changing, and you can't change it back. You can't make people unbelieve in themselves. Once they believe, and they know their worth, and they know who they are, and you can't do anything about it. So all this noise is just basically such a waste of time. It wastes everybody's time. Yeah, so I'm gonna try and do one more paragraph. I've gone 17 minutes, which is a lot. I hope you're still listening. Have a good night.